Well, it's time for the next Halo Halo review, because I know that's why you clicked on the video, right? So today we're reviewing the Matcha Halo Halo from Magnolia's, of course. Another movie review, another Halo Halo review. I guess that's how we're structuring these from now on, you know? So, the Matcha Halo Halo that I had today, I'm a fan of matcha. I like matcha. I like green tea. I like the taste of matcha, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have ordered it. And you know what? I think I prefer the lychee flavor that I had last time, mainly because the matcha flavoring in this one was kind of diluted a little bit. It wasn't that strong. It kind of tasted a little vanilla, not gonna lie. Plus on top of it, it had just regular mochi, the azuki beans, and plain shave ice, I'm imagining. So it was just kind of it was a little bland. It wasn't bad by any means, but I could have used a lot more matcha flavoring. So it was the opposite problem that I had with the lychee one, where it was too much lychee, and then this one it was a little too not enough matcha. So my recommendation is still stick with the original. It's always going to be the stick with the original, but I'm just interested because it's my first time like adventuring out and trying new flavors of Halo Halo, Growing up, I've only had the original one, and now you kids have like all these fancy pants like matcha and like lychee flavored ones. We didn't have that. Maybe we did and I just wasn't paying attention, but I didn't have that growing up. You guys are so lucky. You guys don't know how good you have it. Having worse flavors than the original one, having variety. This is probably the Halo Halo that I'm not gonna recommend to someone who hasn't had Halo Halo before, because it is so far away from regular Halo Halo that it lacks that kind of flavor and like taste and vibe that only the original one can give you. So if you want to try Halo Halo, just get the original one, plain and simple. But anyway, Bob's Burgers, the movie, is good. I liked it. I'm a fan of the show. I watched it quite a bit growing up, and it very much feels like a feature-length episode of the show, which, having a feature-length episode of the show, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It doesn't feel like a 30-minute episode that's been stretched out to an hour and a half. It fits the runtime pretty nicely. There's nothing that stands out in my mind that's like particularly filler. This is the one thing that I'm like gonna say is like a really strong positive, is that this is a really good case of like making a very simple, easy to understand movie. Like I can't imagine you watching this and being confused as to like what's going on, because it lays its structure out on its sleeve basically. You can easily see, like, if you take like any, like, I don't know, story writing basics of story class, about like the 3-act structure and like conflict and all that stuff. You can figure it out pretty easily. There's a very clear like ticking clock element. There's a very clear obstacle that they have to overcome, and then those obstacles increasingly get more and more challenging and difficult to overcome. And yeah, it's easy to understand. It's you get invested if you like these characters. That's the one thing I'll say, is that if you're not a fan of the original show, you're not gonna like this. And if you are a fan of the show, you're probably gonna like this. And that's as much of a review as I can give this, is that this is an episode of Bob's Burgers that they threw into the theater. So if you like the show, if you like that style of kind of dry, stupid humor that I like, then go see it. If you don't, then don't watch it. It's that simple. But yeah, to do a review of this movie is to do a review of the whole show, and the show itself is a lot of fun with dumb humor, obviously, which is, my type of humor. I watched it a lot growing up, and I think that shaped the way my humor is now. So if you want to watch where my humor has, really been inspired from, I guess this is a good show to watch. But yeah, I know this is a lot shorter of a review than Top Gun was, but I just don't really have that much to say about it, other than I enjoyed it. And it was fun. It was good. There's a lot of references to the show itself. And if you haven't seen the show, I'm sure you can probably watch this and, still have a good time, still get invested with the characters. I will say one other thing, is that going to this, I didn't know that it was sort of a musical. There's only like 2 or 3 musical numbers, and the first one caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting it, but it's not particularly bad. I just, you kind of just gotta settle in. It was just something that was like, oh, that's happening, they're singing now. Okay. And then we just move on. But for the most part, it just plays out like a regular episode of Bob's Burgers. So, that's fun. And of course with a higher budget, and yeah, higher budget episode of an animated TV series. So yeah, if you want something to just chill out and have fun with, I recommend this movie. But, of course, Top Gun is still playing, and I am really still pushing you to go see that. But if that's not your thing, I guess Bob's Burgers is, a good alternative to that. So, yeah. This is a shorter review than normal. I'm hoping that I can get my reviews to be this short in the future, because that Top Gun review was long. And I get that. And I know that you guys don't really want to hear me talk for that long. So I'm going to try and keep it to this length, whatever this turns out to be. It says 8 minutes on my camera, and I know for a fact it's not going to be 8 minutes when I post it, because it's going to be like 4 or 5 minutes long. Hopefully, that's what I mean. I got really scared that my tripod just broke. I should show you guys my setup one day and how I'm filming these videos. It was bound to happen at some point. This tripod, it's like a little mini phone tripod, those like cheap ones. It's currently sitting on top of a stack of boxes that are all kind of leaning to the right. So if the camera is not perfectly flat, like I'm guessing if it's not perfectly flat, that is why, because everything on here is tilted at a slight angle, and I'm honestly shocked it hasn't fallen sooner. But you know what? It'll happen again. I don't know what to say. It's gonna happen again. But yeah, go see this fun movie, or Top Gun. Just go have fun. That's my recommendation for you guys. Go have fun, live your life, go outside, touch some grass, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know why I sound like I'm crying, but go have fun.